you started a segue that I want to get into with you because
compliment.
Having seen you live, especially the last time I saw you live, which was maybe 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, you came up to Ventura.
Yeah. You have a thing that is, I think, extremely rare, which is that the musical aspect of your show. And I saw you with a band, but it wasn't like full band. It was sort of
it's like an acoustic.
But the musical component of it, the musical meat of the show was so well executed, and you sang your ass off. And it's such an interesting thing because it's a weird thing because I really do have I have two relationships with you. I have the relationship with Matt, my buddy, where we get on the phone and we get on FaceTime and we fucking vent to each other and we laugh our asses off. But then I do have a relationship with you as a fan of what you do. When you put out music and I go through and you're one of the people when you have a new album, I sit and I listen to it from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And I experience it because I want to offer that respect to you as an artist, but also as my friend, but also because I want to hear what's going on.
Right.
And I love the musical aspect of what you do, but it's the lyrics that I envy and admire. And sometimes it's such a good exercise for me sometimes to listen to when you've written a new project, because I'll just sit there and go, he's working way harder than I am at lyrics. He's not working harder, but the bar is so high for you as a lyricist in a way that is inspiring to me.
Yeah. If I could write melodies like you and sing like you, I probably would. I mean,
go on.
No, but I'm serious. Like, you have a natural, your musicality, and it's just, and so it's not that your lyrics aren't great, but like, if I could do that, then I could express the things I'm trying to express through the other the colors that you have.
That's very nice of you. We're talking about you.
Yeah. It's true.
I'll give you the whole last 15 minutes to.
Yeah, that's good.
Watching you, so I am such a fan of when you go, I've written 11 more songs. I'm putting them out on this new record. I'm like, what am I gonna experience? So I'm such a fan of your creations, but then seeing you live. If anyone who is watching who hasn't seen Matt live, it's a stand-up comedy show.
Yeah.
But it's also super not a comedy show, stand-up comedy show, because you never feel like there's bits that are rehearsed or written. Your interaction with the audience, and I see you go out and during the song that you're doing, whatever that song is, for that 3.5-4 minutes, you are a really powerful musical artist fucking in it. And your eyes are both closed and you're living the fucking song, and then you're connecting with it's masterful. And then for the next 3 or 4 minutes in between before the next song, it's like anything goes.
Yeah.
And I can see you it's an appetite of, what do you guys got? What do you got? Somebody yell some shit out, or be stupid. Here, talk while I'm talking so I can get in your face. And it's such a...
Well, you have the same, we share a similar thing like this.
Similar, but this is a different thing. And again, I'm talking about you now.
Yeah. So I feel the freest...
my show, I'm talking about you.
I feel the freest, other than with my intimates, I feel the freest on stage.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember I don't remember what I say. I don't really rehearse what I say. It'll be the kind of thing where I'll come off stage and Aaron will be like, that bit you did about the clitoris was fucking hilarious. And I'll be like, what? And he'll be like, dude, you went off about how, and I was like, wow. I literally, because to me, this goes back to the idea that I need to be genuine and I need to be authentically myself. The songs, because I'm not a songwriter, when you listen to great songwriters, they can take you through all sorts of emotional experience. Really great songwriters, there's a dynamic. When you listen to Paul Simon, he takes you into you get all the nuance of who Paul Simon is within the context of his songs. He's masterful like that. My songs only give a certain portion of who I am because I have not figured out, may never figure out how to be more dynamic within the range of what the song is capable of. And I see it in other people and I try to get to it. It's really hard to do for me. And so being on stage, to me, I feel like the songs are one aspect of who I am, but then this other part is the other part. And if you're coming to hang out, I'm throwing a party, I want you just to come hang, I'm playing you some songs and we're doing a thing. And it's like, not like a party, it's more like a potluck or whatever. Like, hey, we're all doing this thing together. And it's like, I depend on the crowd. I'm vulnerable. I give myself, I let my guard down. And I think that's why I get the most angry. We talk about this a lot. One of my videos went viral of me telling this kid to fuck himself. And the reason that I do that is because I'm vulnerable on stage. And then people get in the way of that. Yeah. And they think like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, shut the fuck up. I'm in the middle of being, like, I just said something, like, I'm dropping my guard and I'm being naked with you. And like, the only way this is going to work is if you're receptive to it. And that is such a gift that people give that back to me.
Yeah.
But like, if they don't, I get like real pissed. So like,
yeah, because it's like,
because you're doing a thing. I'm not your fucking monkey. Like, I'm not here to just like, I'm having a thing. This is my fucking thing. Like you come to it and we're having a great time, but like, I want to do this thing because I think this is really neat. I want to show you this part of myself. I want to do this thing. And it's like, I appreciate that you're here. But like, yeah, I'm getting, it's a really vulnerable state, which is funny because you wouldn't think it is.
I'm not being vulnerable, but I have a tickle in my throat that's so bad right now.
Is it?
And
you're crying. You're emotional. I understand.
I'm like,
it's emotional.
Don't pause.
No, dude, keep like, this in. This is
really
gold. No, that's fine. So
yeah, my nose is running.
Yeah, it's so
because
good.
I choked on a little bit of vodka.
Look at him.
And I'm like, oh no, don't, no, not. So and I'm telling my throat, dude, not now. Do not close up. No, don't. And then my eyes are watering.
So good. It gets worse when you try and stop it. You're like, Jesus, like please. You're
like, oh my God.
Yeah, so I get vulnerable, Richard.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you just
fart.
You're just like take this whole thing.
That was so fucking, good. I knew it was going to be great, but
oh my God, that's awesome.
I was really trying to avoid it.
I saw you. I thought you had like an allergic reaction.
I was having a stroke.
Yeah.
And I was
you smell burning hair?
Yeah. I was like, did somebody make toast? But here's the thing that's about our friendship. I'm sitting there having all of these thoughts as I'm really listening to you, and I'm like,
anaphylactic shock.
You're like, there's so much going on over here while you're talking. And I'm like, and my voice, pull it together, man.
And the camera's good. You're like.
And I already coughed twice, which I don't, I think we should leave all this in.
So that's why my mother doesn't love me. Richard and scene. Oh, that's so good.
Listen.
Well, when my uncle touched me, all of a sudden you just start like, I'm going deep into something emotional. Show me on the doll, he said.
Oh God, when you got to like, when you were really rolling and my eyes were literally watering and I thought he's going to think I'm like really moved.
So good. I could text I'm like, Richard really went off tonight on this thing. I really made him feel.
The clip that went viral.
Oy.
You want to flesh it out? Because I asked you to. I was like, I couldn't wait. Like, what happened? Tell me the story.
Yeah,
like,
I just told the kid to shut the fuck up, and then
but like set it out because
so we were playing in Aspen. It was a club that wasn't necessarily. It was more like a private show, which is where you play and people maybe know a song or two, but they maybe don't know the thing. And we had just gotten off a run of 3 weeks of shows that were really great, where everyone knew every song.
Right.
And then we got to Aspen, and it took me a second. If I'd known that it was going to be more of this kind of show, I would have adjusted my sort of, you adjust slightly. So I would have been like, oh, it's kind of this kind of thing. Cool. I'll go into that mode. But I didn't know it. So I went on stage being kind of my vulnerable self. We had a big wheel of songs.
Yeah.
I spun it. I made jokes that were kind of inside jokes. And it was like there were fans there, but there were a lot of people who must have just come to see a song or two or three. or none. But it was going fine. Not a great show. And then there was a kid in the front row with his lady friend, and he's talking drunk in the middle of a quiet song. And I had been kind of trying to get through it. And finally I just stopped the song and I said, I'll pay you to shut the fuck up. Like if you, and then he was like, and I said, and then someone caught it on video of me telling him shut the fuck up. And so I had this video since the tour, and I was sitting around, I was like, oh, I never posted that video of that. That's kind of funny to me. And it shows a dynamic of my personality. And I thought it was so I posted it and it kind of went viral. And there were, of course, people that were like, if you'd been more, maybe if you'd been more compelling, and then I look and it's like a fucking emoji with a private account. It's like, or somebody's like, Beyonce would never do that. Great things. It's like,
oh, God.
And it's like, yeah. And then my other one, there were some really good ones. Humans are just like, I don't want them to show me they're stupid. I'd rather they just keep it locked down.
No, because I need to show
stupid. And like, they were on full display. So anyway, most people, and especially most people who are artists, were like, dude, bravo. And like, it's not my finest moment. I don't think humanity should fucking tell people to shut it's like, I want to, but I don't think that's the way towards wonder and hope and kindness and togetherness. Sure, I'm fucking dynamic, but
what's the alternative? Because for those of us who are on stage I
don't think there's an alternative on stage.
There's no alternative.
No.
Because
I think the only way to do it is like,
look, I'm anyone but, well, this is the way it's always been. This is the way this was set up, and this is the way things should be done. I'm always like game to like go against that. But when it comes to just common courtesy and the basic, if someone's up on stage and you're in the audience and there's a performance, you shut the fuck up.
Well, yeah, and
you don't interrupt or disrupt someone's performance when they're performing. You just don't. A 5-year-old knows that.
Sure.
And there's over time, I've noticed that from the time I started performing in 1987 to now, there's been a gradual, it's okay to talk while people, like, it's not okay.
Yeah, yes. And I compulsively can't not say something. It's like if I had a rock in my shoe. I just can't, right? I could fight my way through it, but like life's too short, I'm too old, and I don't want to. And so for me, my wife always calls it the world police. She goes, oh, world police is here. What are you going to tell them, world police?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what lesson do you teach in the world today that they don't want to hear? And I'll be like, well, they should use their fucking blinker. You know what I mean? Like, and she'll be like, yeah, dude. So what are you going to do? I mean, I literally get out of my car. I'll be like, fuck, I have a hot button and my bucket is full.
Which you carry over to your stage.
Yes. And so I'm just lit. Constantly like ready to go. I think it's like a Massachusetts thing. It's also like an insecure thing. I think it's like it's a power thing. It's a control thing.
Yes, and maybe that's all true. Yeah. But when it comes to being a performer on stage in front of an audience,
well, yeah, they don't know different. What. And so I back it. And to me, it's kind of like if somebody's talking and it's not stopping. It's not just a momentary thing,
right? Which is totally fine.
And they're louder than and everybody around them is annoyed.
One of my jokes, by the way, every once in a while when I feel like that could be going that way, if there's one guy or woman, I'll at one point in between songs, when I've noticed them, that it's being consistent, I'll go, hey, I'm sorry, I don't mean to sing while you're talking.
That's great.
And then that usually makes them go, oh shit, I'm an asshole. And then I don't hear from them again.
And here's where I think alcohol is a bummer.
Yeah.
And this sort of ties in. I think that like human beings drink alcohol and they lose their ability to have any sort of, not all of them, but they lose the thing that makes them say, hey, you know what? I shouldn't piss right here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or like, you know what? I shouldn't, you know what? This guy doesn't, because only a true prick would keep talking when somebody said, can you shut the fuck up? Unless they're drunk. And if they're drunk, then their thing is like, guard down. They're like, this is, and it's like, so on a certain level, I don't like alcohol because I don't like condone the behavior that arises from most people using it. And like, so this kid was shit-faced and he was like, and his lady friend looked super mortified and it wasn't my finest hour, sure. But like, show me anybody that lives their life independent of fucking letting their emotions override. Half these people are literally on a fucking phone typing to someone they don't know. I think anyone who types to someone they don't know is a fucking idiot. How about that? Whether they say good shit or bad shit. It's like, you don't fucking know this person.
Yeah.
Like, and so when somebody types something and they're like, you're a fucking loser. It's like, I'm the loser? Dude, what are you talking about? Like, and I get you, that's the shit I just don't get. It's like, we live in a world where it's like
that 99% of that has nothing to do with alcohol or any.
No, but it's a different kind of
that whole
inhibition.
You know, the access that social media has given the public to public people.
Well, and that's even cool. But it's like, I think for me, I was just bummed that human beings are this way.
Oh yeah,
like that. We talked about that today. It's like I liked it better when I thought more of, you know what I mean? Like,
we decided today.
You can see the patterns that
I used to be like I grew up with this philosophy, like most people are like inherently good. No,
so
not now. Most people are assholes.
So we disagree here, but I think fundamentally, I liked falling in love with the world. I liked falling in love with humans. I liked falling in love with things I didn't understand. And the internet and technology and knowledge has made it so my wonder, there's just no wonder. And wonder is seen as like a naive, stupid thing now. Because and to me, that's the thing that makes the world spin. Is like that's why music is so essential. Because when you put on Red Rain, you know there's a bass player, you know there's a drummer, you know what they're doing, you know Peter Gabriel's doing something.
Right, we know the mechanics of it.
But it's so magical. It's magic. And this is the thing about human collision as well. It's what makes live shows so great. And it's also what makes them mercurial, is that the human collision is also magic. And it's tough because we talked about this today. It's hard to find human beings because everybody's so bucket full that they're at their most self-focused version of themselves is what's happening lately. So it's really hard to fall in love with like the world because everybody is like kind of scrapping for their own and keeping their shit. And we feel like we know everything. We think we know what it's like to be Beyonce. We think we know what it's like to be. Everybody has a fucking take on everything. And it kills the wonder that makes the world so magical. And so then we can find what doesn't mean we can't find gratitude in like the walk today, but like playing music and playing live, that human collision of like, I'm putting on a show for you. It's kind of my thing, but it's our thing. And then like that transcendence that happens when the things collide, you can't get that anywhere else. And it's like, you can't get it in cinema. You can't get it in painting. You can't get it in poetry. You can't get it in books. You can get different things, but like music is magical in that way, in many ways, but this way. So anyway, and I think that that's like the thing that breaks my heart the most about this period of time is like everyone is jaded, everyone is cynical, and no one has a sense of like the beauty and wonder of not knowing. And I think that like answers are so inconsequential in the long throw game as a control-oriented person, and I look for them all the time because it makes me feel safe. Answers are not the thing. Questions are the thing, and the journey is the thing. The answer changes over time, even. It's like the questioning and the moving forward and the asking and the finding. And it's like, I'm not a religious person. I don't subscribe to any of that stuff, but the spirituality of the world, the wonder of how things work, the beauty of it all, of even like, I used to fall in love every time I left my house, and it was not good for my life, right? But like, it was a pretty rad way to fucking exist because like you were turned on by people who were like, you fell in love with everybody. And it's like, I don't fall in love with anybody now. I'm loath to even be vulnerable to anybody because they don't listen. And this is a general thing. Everyone has been handed their mortality. And so in being handed their mortality, everybody now is self-focused. Everybody, we see it in wars, we see it in presidencies. And so it's like we're living in a time where no one really, I sit there with people and I listen to them talk to me, and then I talk and I see them cut me off and tell more about themselves and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, I get it, but it's like really boring. I'm really bored. I want to find the unknown. I want to find unknown. I want to listen to a record and not think and just be like, oh, it's so, ugh. I want to be lost. That's what's so great about great music is like, I forget who I am. So when something hits me, if I go see shows and then something is able to, even a momentary bit where I forget that I'm there and I forget what I'm thinking and I forget who I am, that's everything.